Hello dancers, welcome back if you joined me last time, and welcome if you're joining me for the first time today. My name is Sarah and I'm going to be teaching a ballet bar that is pitched somewhere between a beginner's and an improver's level. Thank you so much for all of your messages. I really enjoyed reading them. It was lovely to hear from some of my previous students. There was one that was particularly funny from a gentleman who asked when Tamara was coming back on. Yes, you would be a little bit disappointed, wouldn't you, if you were expecting Tamara. Anyway, I watched the video back so I could make improvements for this time. I did notice two things. Firstly, on occasions I marked something in the exercise and then I forgot to dance it when I danced with the music, so I apologise for that. That is quite usual for my teaching, but of course I always have my lovely students to point out when I've done something daft. The second thing that I really noticed is how dark my roots had become when I was rolling down through the spine. So my natural hair colour is gradually being revealed to the world. But I know that lots of us are in the same position, so I'm sure you don't mind very much. Better stop chattering and get to dancing. We're going to begin with a little exercise to raise our heart rates. Now don't feel that you need to go to the end of the music. You just want to make your heart beat a little bit faster. You don't want to exhaust yourself. There's a little step, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, that I like because I think it's rather jolly. But if it's a bit tricky to pick up on the spot, then you can do what we did last time. Step, jump, step, jump. So, down, down. You can travel around your studio. And little jogs, and then picking up the knees at the front. It's just this. Now that's probably enough for me, but I'll keep going in case others of you want to have the music. Ooh, a bit more. I think this is the last knot. I'm certainly out of breath. Now the next thing we're going to do in our warm-up is just think about stretching out different parts of the body. And let's see if we can do this in a mindful way, so we are connecting our minds with what the body is doing. And if possible, trying to leave out of your studio all of the things that are going on. I know that might not be easy. I've told my children not to fight for the next period of time, but we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to mark it first, I'm just going to talk you through it as we do it. There's one little bit I want to explain. We're going to really reach up out of our bodies, and often when we do this we sort of alternate the shoulders, don't we? But I would like you to just keep stretching. So you just keep going further and further. Feels like you're in a rack until you're really, really lifted out of your body. Then we have a slow stretch round to the side. So we're going to start by rolling down through the spine just a little way for 2, and then we come up. Now a little bit further. And up. Now we're going to go all the way down. Head is heavy, just as far as is comfortable for you. And then you bend the knees, roll back, stacking the vertebrae, one on top of the other. Look to the side, keeping the shoulders pointing to the front. And here's that really big stretch. Keep going, going, going. Last little bit, and then lots of time. And we take a curve. Stretching over to the side. Weight down through 2 feet. And the other one. Now we're going to push the heels off and come to the demi point. Take the weight forward and then push down the hands and resist to lower the feet. Now we have a stretch over again. This time we've got lots of time to very gently roll through the spine. Back the other way. I'm going to stretch out the calves. If you want to hang on to something, then please do. Change. Then we're going to stretch out those quads. I'm going to hold on for this. So push those hips forward, knees together. And then the other side. Let's have one more stretch for the hamstrings, so just rolling down, and just hang. And bend the knees and again rolling back up. And your head is up. Hopefully your body is feeling nice and tingly. Before we start our bar, let's just check our posture. So I'll turn sideways so you can see what's happening. To begin with, I want to pull up all of the muscles in my legs. So I'm really pulling up those kneecaps and stretching the area behind my knees. We come to our tummy and our tailbone, so we want to really engage our stomach, so zipping up the stomach muscles, drawing down the pelvis, imagining that our tummy button and our tailbone are trying to kiss. Let's have a little think about the ribs. So we want to make certain the ribs are closed, not poking out. Maybe you want to think about having 2 little weights on your rib cage that are drawing those together. Let's just check that the weight is on the front of our feet so we can lift our heels easily. We're going to think about our arms, so we're lifting the shoulders and then we're taking the shoulder blades out, and as we draw them back, want to make certain they're not poking out, we're going to think about drawing them down into a triangle. And then the very important lift, so just taking a strand of your hair, or imagine someone's taking a strand of your hair, don't actually pull your hair, and feel that you're really lifted whilst keeping the shoulders down. Turn to face me. Let's think about our turnout. So we're rotating from the tops of the legs to your first position, but we want to make certain that we're not having a rest here, we're still working the turnout. So I like to think about those candy canes, you know, you have at Christmas, they have the stripes that go this way. So that's my turnout, continually working. Let's start our bar. So we begin with plie. Now the plie exercise is going to stay the same as last time. So we're nice and tall. We found our first position. On introduction, we're just going to have a breathe. So as if the breeze has just caught us underneath and the middle finger leads us back. So we have a demi-plie, squeezing the knees back over the little toes. Squeeze down, push up. Repeat with the arm, first and to fifth. I just need to be a little bit further away from my bar so I don't knock my knees. Then nice straight back, pushing the knees back over the little toes. Get the heels down as soon as you can and up. Now a nice gentle roll down through the spine as far as is comfortable for you. Rolling up, a strong rise. Now imagine that you've got 2 orange halves beneath your heels and you're squeezing your orange juice as you come down, and then take your leg to second. And we take a squeeze down, push up, arm to first and fifth. Then your full plie, don't lift the heels, Nice straight back, don't try to go too far down through the demi and come back, pushing the weight down through 2 feet as you take your stretch to the bar, come back, strong legs to rise, resist to lower, then bring the foot round to 4th. Now carefully here that you don't roll, very easy to do that. Imagine your little man holding up your arches and we repeat squeeze down, push up, arms through 1st and up to 5th. I'm not going to do a full plie in 4th, but you can if you wish. Just a nice slow one for me, making certain that I'm maintaining the turnout. And this time I take our stretch away from the bar, gently curve through the spine, strong rise, resist to lower, and then we're going to close in 3rd or 5th. If you're more towards the beginners, then I would close in 3rd. It's just a bit easier to hold your turnout. As you come in, extra lift to close. And we're on the last one, squeeze down, push up, arm through 1st and to 5th. And then your full plie, pushing the knees back, heels down as soon as you can. This time we have our little upper back bend. So make certain it's just from the shoulder blades, not from the waist. It may be very small, that's absolutely fine. And then this time we're going to balance with the feet crossed. So you want to give the illusion of one foot and one leg really pushing that back foot into the front. But it's actually easier to balance if your feet are really crossed. Hold the balance, open to 2nd, then the back leg is going to lower and the front leg is going to slide out. Yes? No wobbles. I'm sure you won't anyway. Let's do that together. Okay, how did I do? Do I remember everything? On the other side, now my heating's off today, but it's very warm outside. Okay, on the other side.
Well done. Now, lots of my previous teachers watched the class that I taught, which was slightly scary. So I must thank them because lots of the analogies that I use have come from them. I do try and dance as many classes myself as I can, so that I'm always being fed with new ideas. Also, just to say that when I do a ballet class, even though I've been doing ballet now for over 40 years, I'll always get corrections. So you're always learning with ballet all the time. Let's move on then to our battement tendu. So this is going to progress from the exercise we did previously. So last time I did it in first. Today we're going to take it from a crossed position. I'm going to use third. Now the way that I find my turnout when I'm going from a cross position is I put down the inside leg so it's really turned out. Well, it's really turned out, but it's my turnout. I'm not trying to force the turnout from my knee. And then I slip the outside foot in. So third position, front heel in the middle of the back foot. And we're going to prepare our arm through the first to second. Now, if you like, you can have your head out to the audience, but that's the cherry on the top. I know that if you are more of a beginner, you've got so many things to think about. Don't try and stress yourselves out. So we start with our plie, and then we're going to slide the front foot out, and we want to really think about the heel pushing us forward. Now today we're going to keep going. I'm really going to use the foot through the floor, so there's the resistance, and as I close I lift a little bit more so I don't bend the legs. And then we have another tendu, and this time we're going to go through the demi-point, right to the point, demi-point, little toe leads you back. I read an article recently that was called Honouring the Tendu, which I thought was really good because it's such a vital step when you are learning classical ballet. And then on the end, we have one more tendu. Let me mark it properly with the counts when we go to the side. So we bend, slide, out, keep pushing, out. We close, demi, point, demi, close, and then you can put all of that together and keep the movement continuous. Bend, slide, out, use the resistance through the floor, demi, point, demi, close, and then one continuous tendu. Now, just to finish up the phrase, we're going to take tendu into first at the side, and you bring the arm down, 2, 3, close out the back. So we bend, we slide out, we keep going and we close. Demi, point, demi, close, one continuous tendu. To the side, bend, out, keep going, you close at the front. Demi, point, demi, close, one continuous tendu. Then we bend, slide out, keep going and close. Demi, point, demi, close, and one tendu. Now to first, this time the arm is coming in reverse. We have 3, and then we close at the front. Yes, with my legs a little shake up. Notice I keep turning myself this way. I'm not sure why. I must make certain that I do it so that I'm facing the camera. Just a little bit of water. I'm really warm today. Okay,
So lifting up nice and tall. Apologise for that. So before we do it on the second side, just remember the things that we said last week. So when you go to the front, you're really pushing that heel forward to the side, pushing that heel forward to the back. You're pushing the little toe back just so that you can really keep working the turn out. But of course your hips must stay pointing forwards, those two shooting beams of light. Right, on to the other side. I'm going to try and use the head. Over the front leg, when you're going to the front, dead straight, and then looking into the palm of the hand. To our rond de jambe. I haven't really progressed this too much. I've added on to this. I didn't want to start doing our rond de jambe too quickly. We are starting from our cross position today. Now we are going to slide out the front leg as we bend the back leg, and you can take the arm up to fifth, and again use the resistance through the floor. So we have 1, and we straighten as we come to the side, 2, and through the first 3, to the side, 4, repeat at that speed, 5 and 6. Now we're going to take a little bend and we're going to push off, have the toes slightly off the floor. Now if you're feeling very brave, you can push and balance. There's lots of transference of weight in ballet. Remember that you've got to transfer your weight right over the supporting leg. If I do this and I don't, it's impossible. Yeah? So we're going to get right over this leg here. Now sometimes I see my students, they do this to compensate. That's not right, I'm afraid. You've got to be really lifted on this leg. One of my lovely teachers used to say, imagine having a knitting needle and it's poking you under the bottom so that you're really lifted on that leg. Sorry for interrupting. Let's go from the beginning. 1 and 2 and 3 and little plie, 7, push, back, close, in reverse. Make certain that knee is pushing back, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, close, 8. Now we're going to turn towards the bar, and we're going to take our time to draw the foot up underneath the knee for our pirouette position. So we have 1 and 2. Now the next 2 counts, just check I'm not sickling, heel forward, little toes back. I want you just to put your hand, put some little bit of pressure on your hip to check that that's not lifting up. 3, and then on 4, just give that knee an extra push back. And then we're going to go on to the demi point if you wish, that's your choice. Bar's a little bit low, that's my excuse if I can't balance. So we come up and then we take our balance, if you like, and lower. And then we're going to take a mini circular port de bras. So we come round this way, we don't go all the way down to the floor. Now sorry, by doing that I've lost the counts a little bit, haven't I? So I'll do the counts from when we turn. So we've got 1, 2, push down, 3, push back, 4, up on 5, 6, balance, 7, lower, 8, and your circular port de bras, round, and then back, you come, and that's the end. Let's do that all together. With rond de jambe, remember we're really thinking about lengthening the leg. Perhaps imagine on your half circle that you've got dots. So you're joining the dots, but they're a little bit out of your reach so that you're really stretching. However, don't allow the hip to go with you. They're set. Rond de jambe, circling of the leg in the hip. Okay. Let's do our rond de jambe. Okay, with you on the other side. If you remember, I told you last week that I have less turnout in my right leg. So balancing here for me is a bit more tricky. Or is it? Have I got the wrong leg? No, I think it's the other leg. I think it's the right leg that's got more turnout. Yes, it is. Yes. Good, so I managed to balance on my weakest side. That was a stroke of luck. Okay, rond de jambe on the other side. That's something I do all the time as well. I forget to do the second side, but again, my students are always on the ball, so they're there to tell me. just going to give my legs a little bit of a shake. Maybe you need to stretch out different parts, a little crack there. I'm just going to have a drink. I hope you've got some water with you as well. And then we're going to move on to our battement fondue. So I've just got a different exercise for our battement fondue today. We still want that beautiful peel off with our foot, checking we're not sickling, heel forward, little toe back. So fondue, melting. If you imagine you've got your fondue, you dip in your bread and all of that lovely stretchy cheese. So again, it's about the resistance, and you are trying to stretch both legs at the same time. Okay, so we start with our peel off, take it out, and then we take a little attitude, so we're really thinking about the turnout, so we're lifting that heel up as much as we can, extend and close to the side, peel off, extend, little attitude, push the heel forward, there's always a little bit more turnout I think, and close, then derriere, lift the thigh, lift the knee and extend. Then we're going to take a slow retire, balance and close. Of course you can go on to the demi point if you wish. We peel off, lift the thigh, little attitude, stretch, close. And then to the side. Have you got any more turnout? And close. Peel off to the front and lift the heel and close, and then your slow retire, draw that pathway that you need to make quickly later on for your pirouettes and finish. Okay, with you on both sides. Shake out. I'm nervous today. I think when I did it first time, I didn't realise that so many people would be watching. I thought it might be just a few. And then, when, you know, a few thousand, slightly freaked me out. But I have been doing now the absolute beginners and improvers for about 15 years at E&B. So hopefully I know a little bit about what I'm doing. I should have to pay everybody their money back. Okay, on the second side. Stretch, shake. I'll just have a little bit of water. Thank you. We're moving on to our battement frappe. Now, last time we were looking at the mechanics of a double. I didn't want to go as fast as we're about to go today, but I haven't got a live musician. So Matt, my lovely musician, hello Matt, he would be able to slow this down for us, but he's not here. Just something that you will like. If you watch the Dance for Parkinson's session led by Kate and Matt are married, which is lovely. You'll see him just in the background and Matt's been playing for me for many, many years, and he's absolutely wonderful. Anyway, our battement frappe. So there's also this special preparation that you can use if you're moving more towards the improvers, or just lift it up. That's fine as well. Perhaps you're more of a beginner. So this special preparation, you point, you lift, you bring it in. Now make sure your knee is pushing back. So we're going to take a frappe in each position. Remember, it means to strike. You're striking a match. So you're striking the ball of the foot, finishing in a beautiful point, knee back. Now I see in my students quite a lot, it can get a little bit like this, yeah, which is completely understandable. All of these things need practice, don't they? But you want to finish just off the floor with a dazzling pointed foot. Yeah. So we have out and in and to the side, derrière. Now to give ourselves a moment to compose ourselves, we're just going to bring that foot into the front. Then we do our doubles, and they're a little bit quicker, as I say. Back, front, out, front, back, out, front, back, out, and then we're just going to bring the foot in again, so you've got a minute to get your thoughts together. Then we go in reverse. Out and in, out and in, to the front, and just place the foot. Then we go front, back, out, back, front, out, back, front to the front, and then we can just close to finish. So because it's a little bit quicker than I would have liked, I don't want to, put too much pressure on you. What I would do is have a go for now, and then afterwards, if it is a little bit quick for you, because you've got to get it into your brain, haven't you? It's a bit of a brain teaser. Is just take some time to work out the pattern. I'm going to do it slowly again for you now. So we've gone front, side, back, and we've placed the foot at the front. So we go back, front, out, and front, back, out, and front, back, out, and then we just get ready. So when we brought the foot to the back, then we have front, back, out, and back, front, out, and back, front, out, and we finish. Yeah, okay, let's do battement frappe together. That was Fondue music, wasn't it? Okay, battement frappe. That's better. Now back, front, out, front, back, out, front, back, out, and prepare. Front, back, out, back, front, out, back, front, out, and finish. Right, done it on the first side. That's the one I was most anxious about doing, because you've really got to think ahead, haven't you, about what comes next. So second side, I can do it. Okay, let's do this first of all. So we have our adage next, adage and grand battement, and then we get our reverence on the end. So you may have noticed last time that I did développé devant, développé à la seconde. I missed out développé derrière because I'm not such a fan, but of course we must practice it together. Let's just talk. I know some of you are beginners and you perhaps don't know or haven't learned yet the fundamentals, but I'm going to presume we have some knowledge of développé devant, développé à la seconde, so we can just take a little moment with derrière. I'm going to face the bar. Let me just check where I am. Onto the développé, and we turn here. So we're going to draw the foot up the back of the leg. Now, attitude position is particularly challenging for me because of my lack of flexibility in the hips. We've done it already a little bit lower in that one, Fondue. Now, what one of my teachers used to tell me to help me pass my exams, she was actually an examiner, so she knew all the tricks. If you don't have much turnout, she would say, just keep it lower and longer, because if not, it can be quite difficult to make it look beautiful. So we're drawing the leg up the back, and then we're lifting. We have to lift the thigh. We don't want to do it like this. We want to lift the thigh like this. And your heel is in the middle of your back. So you lift it across your body, not out here, but across your body. And then from there, so you're really trying to lift the thigh. Ideally, you want to have the lower leg parallel to the floor, and then you just lengthen. So imagine someone drawing a line along your leg to unfold and close. Yeah, I'm going to mark the whole exercise because I haven't done the counts with you properly. Now, when you extend the leg, obviously you've got to tilt forward to allow the leg to lengthen behind you, but you don't want to dive forward. So here comes the elastic bands again. Imagine that you have elastic bands here and they lengthen. Yes, so you're not diving forward. Yeah, and of course, if this puts pressure on your lower back, which it can, just keep it nice and low. We talked last week, didn't we, about not having the need for height. Let me mark the whole thing. Again, we'll have a little breathe, moment of joy before we start. So we have développé devant, 1 and 2, lower softly, 3, close on, 4, à la seconde, 5, make sure the hip is down, 6, point, now we turn and face the bar, checking that we have a decent position. Draw the leg up at the back, 1 and 2, lower 3 and 4, and then again a moment's relief. We're going to say hello to our foot. Now as we pull up, it's got to go to the back because we're going to have another chance at our développé. So up at the back, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, into second, 5 and 6, 7, close 8, devant, push that knee back, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, hello foot, draw up to 5th, and you can balance if you like, and lower. Something I should have said, when you do your attitude, of course you've got to keep those hips pointing forwards, which again, jolly difficult to do that. You've got that sort of one working against the other. Yeah. Okay, let's do développé all together. Ready for the other side? Think about that lengthening. Imagining you're in a bubble and you're trying to touch the ball. Other side. So I did try and do my best développé derrière for you. Grand battement. Now battement glissé, we haven't discussed. So battement glissé is tendu just off the floor. Means to glide, but I don't know, that doesn't fit for me. I try and think that I'm trying to make a groove in the floor. Really use that resistance. Beautiful foot on the end. And it's a good preparation for our grand battement. So for our grand battement, preparing the arm through the first up to fifth. So we're taking a tendu, close, then a glissé. Close in your grand battement, throw, resist to lower. Take a demi-plie and we just bring the arms to second. Tendu, close at the back. Battement, glissé, grand battement. We're going to bring the arm to arabesque, except that shoulder is back. Tendu and close, battement, glissé. And your grand battement, plie. Then we're going to take that sharp material at the back, close down at the front, up at the front, close down at the back. We're repeating reverse, tendu, battement, glissé. I just hit the radiator a little bit. A throw, and then, sorry, that was arm in arabesque, and then we open to the side, tendu, and the close, battement, glissé, and then your grand battement, and we change the arm, tendu, and a close, and a glissé, your grand battement, change the arm. Now for your pirouette preparation, up at the back, close, derrière. Now we're going to come straight up at the front rather than up at the back. Up at the front, you can balance and lower. See my little wobbles there? I need to work on that, don't I? Okay. Another teacher whose class I did says about grand battement, up like a rocket, down like a parachute, which is rather lovely, isn't it? Before we do it on the other side, have a stretch and a shake. I'm sweating today. Didn't really want to know that, did you? Sorry. Okay, on the other side. Oh, really well done. You've worked very, very hard today. We're going to finish off with a port de bras and a reverence to thank our audience, thank our musicians. So last time I curtsied, so today I'm going to bow so you can choose which you prefer. Let's mark the whole thing. Hopefully this is something that you can just really enjoy. You haven't got to balance or anything like that. So we take a little breathe and we come first and two, second front arm and fifth back arm and fifth. Now we twist in the waist and take the back arm to arabesque, come up and again to the front, but this time we close to go again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, back on 6 and 7, other side. Now we just take a little breathe. 1 and 2, onto third arabesque, 3 and 4. We turn to our orchestra, 5, 6, 7, other side, 8, oops, little breathe, 2, 3 and 4. Now to your audience, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now I must be honest, don't really know how the gentlemen bow, so that's something I'm going to find out for you. Hopefully we'll see each other again. Lots of nice comments. You can, the less nice ones, I don't mind if you leave those ones out, and then maybe we can see each other again. Okay, very last thing today. All together. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that was okay for you. Bye for now.